And now let's check in and see if Charlie-K1GZL is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, Jim. Very Q5. There's a lot of static, a lot of Queen Roger Nancy, but you're very, very clear. And I hope you're copying my signal as well. K1GZL. Go ahead.
Roger, Charlie, I have you 25 over on Milford SDR.
Roger, Charlie, I have you 25 over on Milford SDR.
Okay, Roger. I don't have very much from Captain Mike this week. I do have a fairly recent, though, recording. Just a little bit of it. Here it is, I hope.
Charlie's trying to find a sound here. There's not much below us here. So I'll stand by here just a minute and see if I can find a major city where I can tell you where we're at. But I can tell you right now we're, looks like right now, 65 miles northwest of Madison, Wisconsin. It's 36 south. It's 1,400 miles to go. So we're moving along here at about 450 knots. So good smooth day today up here. K1GZL, K4 with you, Charlie. You're 59 plus.
Okay, Roger, and there he is at 36,000 feet. Oh boy. I wouldn't want to be exposed to temperatures like that. We were supposed today to get some pretty active weather. So far it has not shown up. Here it is at 22 minutes to 4. 22 minutes to 4 on the 26th of August, and it's 63 degrees. 63 degrees, mostly cloudy, but the sun is shining through. However, there is a lot of activity just to our west, and when that gets here, it's going to be pretty exciting here in the next hour or two. So we're going to do that. We've had a little over 8 inches of rain for the month of August, and normally for the whole month is 4 inches. 4 inches, so it's a little bit little on the wet side. In fact, for the whole summer, we've averaged a little bit more precipitation than usual. However, in central and southern New England, it has been very dry. It has been very dry with some isolated getting pretty hard by quick storms. It all depends exactly where you are. Back to you, Jim. I won't hold it any longer. You probably have a lot of stations that are waiting to use your expertise and trying to improve their rigs, of course. And we'll try to see you next Friday. It's KX4 WC K1GZL if you copy.
Roger, Charlie. Well, gosh, I'm just curious about the weather that you're having. Is that more to your liking? The temperatures that you're running now up that way?
Is that more to your liking? The temperatures that you're running now up that way?
Oh yeah, right. The normal high now is 68 degrees, and that is normal for this date. And it's been a very good summer. We've had a few very warm, humid days. But we've had nothing from above 87. However, we are up at 2,030 feet above sea level, right here on the Quebec border in northern New Hampshire. However, lower down, there's down sloping where you get compression. In other words, when air comes down a mountain, it compresses, and that gives extra temperature, and Boston has been up to 100 degrees, 2 or 3 days up at 98, and we've had none of that. we've had that, none of that, and we just don't usually up here. But due to the fact that we've had a normal to above normal rainfall for the whole summer, it looks like the fall foliage up here is going to be excellent, is going to be very, very good this year, and by 4 or 5 weeks from now, the fall colors will certainly be in evidence. KC9VKV, K1GZL, getting ready for winter.
Roger, Charlie. Well, I was just wondering now, you're talking about that weather moving down the slope, down the hill, making it colder, compressing it. Why would it not make it warmer than going on the cold side?
Not make it warmer than going on the cold side.
No. When it goes downhill, it does warm up. They call that out in Colorado, they call that a Chinook. Like you take Denver, Colorado, that's about 5,000 feet above sea level. And once the storms or whatever hit Denver, the temperature rises quite often because the mountains to the west of Denver are higher, and downhill comes the air and compresses and adds extra warmth to the air. So that is downsloping. It's called downsloping, and the valleys around here get downsloped and get a little bit extra warming. You take when there's a heat wave in Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, a lot of that is extra. There are extra degrees added because it is downsloped, because the hills and mountains to the west of those cities are being higher up. The air comes down and warms up at about 5 degrees per 1,000 feet. Each 1,000 feet it drops. So that is downhill compression. However, where I get a lot of my snow in the winter is upslope. When the air hits the mountains to the west and northwest of me, it is forced upward. And in doing so, it drops the temperature. And if the air is saturated to start with, I mean it's 100% loaded with moisture, it squeezes it out, and that's called orographic upslope lift. And when you have that condition, you get extra conditions, and that's one reason we average 195 inches a year of snow, is because we get a lot of this upslope condition. But downslope, things dry out, and snow showers lessen, and people on the downward side of the mountains, they lose out on the upslope. They don't get it. Jim, go ahead.
Roger. All right. Well, I'm glad that you like the weather that you got. I think everybody should be living in the area and getting the temperatures that they prefer. 73, Charlie. Thanks for dropping by, and as always, Roger.
73, Charlie. Thanks for dropping by, and as always, Roger.
Roger, certainly on that, Jim, and I certainly hope to catch you next Friday. Excuse my voice, it just started to go out on me, which is ridiculous. 73, have a good week, stay healthy, and have great radio communication and help to our fellow amateurs that you do provide. KC9VKV, K1GZL, Clarksville, far northern New Hampshire, we are clear. Always a pleasure, Jim.
Roger, Roger, Charlie 73 out that way, sir. And just a reminder, this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and I'm better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. And we are recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to our YouTube Qso-Vlog page, where we're currently featuring over 2,200 Qso-Vlog air check recordings. This recording will be cut number 1 in that series. And we also have a new series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. You'll have to check it out. KC9VKV Highlights on a YouTube search.